To define a three-phase overhead wire, click on the wire symbol. Keep all three phases on when selecting the from and to connections. A three-phase overhead wire is visualized by a solid line that exposes all three phases as shown here. The editor is organized as three panels, each exposing a higher level of data complexity. Let's take a closer look at the various input requirements for properly modeling an overhead wire. Raw conductor data and geometry are used to compute impedance via OpenDSS. The first step is to provide conductor data for the phase wires. If a neutral conductor is also present, then conductor data for this wire must also be provided. Finally, you will need to indicate the position of each conductor. Consider the following configuration for a 4-conductor 3-phase overhead wire installed on a 30-foot utility pole. The C-phase wire is at x coordinate 0 and at a height of 30 feet from the ground. The A and B phase wires are positioned 4 feet away from the pole at a height of 25 feet, while the neutral wire is essentially at x coordinate 0 also, but at a height of 20 feet from the ground. If you have a specific earth resistivity value, you can also enter it for earth correction factor computation. This conductor position information is required and must be entered into geometry data panel shown here as phase and neutral wire x and y coordinate values. Let's go back to the editor and look at some of the other features available. Consistent with the cable editor, phase connection information can be viewed here, while in order to simplify the design workflow and minimize the need for nameplate data, a library of wires is included that provides typical input data for a desired wire type. You can manually sort through the catalog or filter the list by simply typing what you're looking for. Including or excluding a neutral wire can be toggled on and off here. You can manually define all raw wire data or again choose from the built-in catalog. As covered earlier, the conductor positions must be defined for each wire as x and y coordinates. Finally, wires can also have protective devices assigned on their from and to sides as shown here. Well, this concludes our short tutorial on three-phase overhead wires.